This last section is called 5.6 Format and Structure. It's worth 10 points. When I am looking at your overall case study, I'm looking at presentation. I'm looking at things like spelling, my name right, is people in your group's name right, is there a cover sheet? I'm looking at things like is there grammar, is there good grammar there? I'm looking at things like the date. I'm looking at spacing, margins, attention to the format. I am not expecting students to be creative in terms of the process and the format. This is not time to be creative. This is not a time to step outside the box. When it comes to case study analysis, this is a rigorous process that I'm trying to get you to understand and to get used to. To understand these sequences and understand this process is really fundamental, and I just need you to focus on the case. Focus on the analysis. You know, case study analysis is a very, very intellectually violent act. You are tearing apart that case. You're tearing it apart to analyze it. And then once you have analyzed all the areas of the case, then you're going to synthesize it and bring it all back together. And that is what it's all about. So my objective, once again, is not to get you to necessarily learn how to rewrite a case study from, I know, do I insert it here? What's the type font, or do I dent there? No. Go to the Word document that has been posted online for you to use. It's called the Bendix student sample. And use it to manipulate the variables, the material. You can actually type over and use it as a template to type over sections, copy and paste into your document. It actually is a really good, easy way to process and get through with case study report writing. There's two more things I'd like to share with you about case study format and structure, and something to think about. I want to make sure that you realize that all the work that you're submitting through Fanch Online Dropbox basically goes through Turnitin.com. Turnitin.com is basically a processing site through Purdue University where all documents are put through and a database is created. And for a number of years now, my students have been using Turnitin.com for their work. In fact, all the work at Fanshawe College goes through this shared database. And it tells us as faculty members just what percentage has been plagiarized, if at all. And if anything has been plagiarized that goes above 5, 10, 15, 20%, then you're going to start getting a red flag on the actual system. The system actually tells us professors what percentage, and actually gives us not only the language, where it came from, it also will show us where you pulled it from. Recognize that plagiarism is an academic offense that is taken very seriously in this college. Recognize that it doesn't serve your needs to copy and paste work from other people. I encourage you to do the work on your own. Try to pick up as much as your own language. So my attention doesn't really start peaking until I start to see 25 or 30%, because I know that you're going to use my template, the student sample template. I know you're going to use that. But if you start coming in above that, you're going to be red flagged big time, and that's what you should definitely try to avoid. So use your own language, use your own words as often as you possibly can. The last thing is do not put your cases and what have you in your locker and have it be open to anybody in the section. We have large sections of OB, 100 people per section. There was a day and age when everybody in the whole class had access to your locker unless you made it private. So make sure that your locker is private, and that if you're putting files and documents in your locker online at Fanch Online, that nobody else has access to it unless that you have given them authorization. Because we have in the past had students literally going through their peers in their classes and going through documents, downloading their document files and submitting them as their own. And that's clear case process of, academic violations. So be careful of that, be cautious of that, because both parties, those that allowed it and those that did it, will both be basically signed up for academic offense, okay? That's it. Now, one of the things I call your attention to is page 12 and page 13. Page 12 of the guidelines for writing gives you the actual rubric that I will be using to assess the format, the structure, and all parts of the case study analysis. You can use this as a guideline of what I'll be using to assess your report. Feel free to look at it, make sure that you've got all your points covered, okay? Otherwise, that's it for case study analysis, folks. If you have any questions, email me. Otherwise, good luck. Thanks a lot.